Michel. How are you?
Hi, Daniela. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us at the Endeavor Miami podcast. We were super excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Good. I was excited to talk to you as well. I'm Daniela. I work at the Endeavor Miami programs under ScaleUp, and I've had the pleasure to work with you for 4 months now, I think, in the ScaleUp program. So tell me first who you are, what your company does in a few words.
Okay, so my name is Michel Edery. I'm CEO and co-founder at smartBeemo. SmartBeemo, we're changing the way Latinos generate income through education on e-commerce. So basically, we teach people how to create their own e-commerce store on Amazon, drop shipping, how to start on Shopify and start selling online. So that's what we do, and that's who I am.
That's amazing. Today, I literally want to get out of you what it's been your experience being a founder,
Right.
the ins, the outs, what you've learned. So if you can describe what it's been being a founder in a nutshell,
Okay,
how would you describe it?
So to be a founder is to wake up every morning with the willingness to do something different and to build something. I do believe that human beings are always building something, right? So, for example, I live in North Carolina for a while. I'm from Miami, but we have a neighbor, and he's always working in the garden. He's like 70 years old, and I always think this guy is always working in the garden, and I kind of feel bad for myself because I'm not working on mine. But at some point, I realized that we as human beings, we always need to work on something and build something. So there's people who build gardens, and there's people who build companies. I build companies, and so exciting. So I love it.
No, that's something I truly admire about you, all founders, like that vision and the drive of actually wanting to build something and take it from the beginning to the end. I think it's something that takes so much passion behind it because you have good and bad days, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And how do you manage between the good and the bad days?
I think you will never be able to kind of dominate, the bad days, no. But you would get used to the bad days, and you will learn. And at some point, you get mature enough to understand that you have to see the big picture and understand that this is not a race; this is a marathon, and you need to be there. And at some point, that kind of roller coaster feels interesting, feels fun. You don't always want to go down the hill. You don't always want to go up the hill. You need to vary it, and that dynamic of entrepreneurship is what makes it fun.
I love how you say it of it being a marathon and not a sprint.
Yeah.
So it's basically taking it day by day. Each problem you can solve, it's a day to day.
Yeah, it's a day to day, and if you tell me one of the I would say most difficult things to have, if it was a asset, is patience for entrepreneurs. I would say is patience, and mostly today, where we're super exposed on social media and we are super exposed to see other people's stories and case studies. Just to understand that everybody has their own time, and their time is perfect for everyone, and just be calm and keep working and keep pushing forward. That if you do things right, I'm pretty sure that at some point you're gonna make it.
And it's gonna pay off.
It's gonna pay
Everything
off.
in the end, all those long nights, they do end up paying off.
Absolutely.
And I know you're traveling a lot between Miami, Colombia, and I'm sure you also have many other meetings around. And I know you're in also Eitan has been going to Mexico.
Yeah.
How do you manage in all those traveling instances? How do you keep yourself sane? Do you have any habits that have helped you within those?
Yeah, so I've been learning a little bit about this. I do think that you have to sleep well, you have to eat well, and you have to exercise. And I'm talking to myself now because I try to do it always, but it's not easy. That's why I told you I've been learning lately about it, because I felt that if I do eat well and at least sleep well, brain is a muscle. I mean, you have to work.
You
on
have to
that as
train
well.
it.
You have to train
to
it.
be able to have those habits.
Exactly.
And when you're here in Miami, we get the pleasure of having you here at Endeavor for our program. And what have you been able to get out of in terms of the people that have been working with you, like the other participants that are with you? Have those connections and that community that you've been able to have here helped when you're in Miami?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that education has to be uh, a fun, experience, some entertaining experience, and if you find a way to educate yourself and at the same time, have a good time and get to know people and talk to people, and maybe relax and get out of the daily mess and hectic days, and you can talk to other people that's gonna give you like stress relief. So I do see the fact of coming here as a fun thing to do, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when this cohort ends, basically. Yeah.
We hope you stay in touch with all the other founders.
Yeah.
And how has smartBeemo, not only you as like yourself as a founder, but smartBeemo benefited from all the other participants and the community you've been able to build here at Endeavor?
Yeah, so I think that to be able to hear other people's stories and learn from other people gives you confidence that you're in the right path, and to be able to see that other people are in the same path that you are gives like this type of reassurance, and also to have the opportunity to see and meet people who were able to build huge things and beautiful businesses. It kind of give you the idea on how does it look like. Sometimes we spend time on our houses or offices on the day by day, and you don't have the opportunity to kind of visualize how does success look like, and to be able to meet people who are doing it and they already made it is amazing. It's a great it kind of gives you the opportunity to materialize how it's gonna look like if you keep working. And it has been a great experience.
Good, it's great to hear. And I also know, because I've heard a lot from other founders, that you've been a great team player, and you've also been helping them with their own challenges in your extra times you have that I'm sure you don't have many. You go and help them. So can you tell me a little bit about those experiences?
Yeah.
How it's been?
So it's not out of coincidence that. It's not out of coincidence that we were in the education world. As smartBeemo, we educate, and that's something that I have in my veins. I would say I love to do it, and whenever I have the opportunity to give back at some point, wherever I can, I just do it. I know it, and you know what? That's one of the reasons I actually wanted to join Endeavor, and that's one of the reasons I wanna keep being part of Endeavor. Is because I do appreciate, and I feel super grateful if you have the opportunity to give back, and that way you're building, and that way you're also contributing in development and everything. So I just love it, and I've had the opportunity to interact with other founders, and wherever I feel confident that I can give them back and give them value, I just do it.
No, that's great. Thank you for doing it, and I've heard so many of them talking about you and all the expertise that you've been sharing. And they're truly appreciative, because that's what it is. It's the connections you make, how you can help each other, empower each other, and I think you've been taking so much out of it.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to also give value.
I agree. No, thank you. And if there's one advice that you can give to founders.
Okay, let me think about
I
that
know it's
one.
so hard to think of one, but one
because I don't want to sound cliche. Okay, one advice. Here's one advice. Don't underestimate creativity. Okay, don't underestimate creativity. I do think that creativity can be one of the most underestimated, I don't know how to say that, gifts or assets that people can have. And people are usually thinking about strategy, are always thinking about how can, create the perfect strategy to attract more customers or convert more customers or whatever. I do think that people who invest time developing creativity and not feeling like their creativity is enough, they will get better results by doing things different. When you create an amazing message, you will get a better cost per result at the end of the day. You will get, your message out there, and people are just going to share it. When you create or invent different ways of doing things, you're going to be unique. So yeah, I would say that my advice is to try to think different and don't underestimate creativity.
No, I think that's a great point because I feel like founders many times get very focused in a thing they want to do, and they get so into it that sometimes you forget about, thinking a little bit outside the box, and how can, like, exercising that creativity is so important.
Exactly.
And as Endeavor is like the global support system for high growth founders just like yourself, where have you seen the Endeavor magic now that you've been part of us?
I think that is the privilege of having these connections to get to know how the success look like, to get to learn on different ways of being able to get to that success, and also the privilege of giving back, because I'm very grateful for everything. And I do think that there's a lot of value on giving value. There's a lot of value on giving value. So it's a combination of things.
Perfect. And I'm curious, just to finish up, what are your next steps now that we're coming to the end of the program you're in? What are your next steps for smartBeemo, for yourself as a founder, as a team leader? What are you trying to get out of the next few years?
Just keep doing amazing things. I do think that happiness is being able to wake up every day doing what you love. Mm-hmm. That's for me happiness. So I'm just happy doing what I'm doing. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep building, keep creating stuff and building company and yeah. So I just see the path as a fun thing to do.
No, I love that drive. I love it. And also that it looks like you're enjoying it so much.
I do, absolutely.
And you try to, and that's something important to do. Like, we're doing all this hard work, but actually being able to, I'm enjoying the journey.
The journey. Exactly. Yeah. That's my gardening. I'm working in my garden.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining me today, Michel.
Thank you, Daniela. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Endeavor. Thank you for everything. Love it here.